everyone, it's Sonia and welcome to Moticise, where mindset meets fitness. So in this crazy world where we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow and many of us are stuck inside, I have found that creativity has totally been the antidote to fear. Fear sets off the cortisol levels. It puts us into that fight or flight or fright mode where our brain shuts down on our body and every part of our system speeds up. And it's not our best place. It's not our most resourceful place. It's not where we come up with our best ideas or are the healthiest, which is key right now, and definitely not our happiest. But when we move ourselves into a more creative flow, we're tapping into our heart center, into a different place, a place that lights us up, that lowers our stress levels, it brings up our happiness levels, and from this place, possibilities are limitless. And that's where we want to go. So today we are going to tap our creative minds, our creative senses, while moving. We're going to utilize all of the great things that happen when you exercise, how our brain changes, how we can tap into our most incredible selves, that creative side that's within us, through movement. So join me. This is going to be a low impact exercise, so it's great for beginners. It's great if you're stuck in an apartment and have neighbors that don't necessarily want you jumping up and down upstairs. If you want to elevate it to a higher impact, there's lots of opportunity for that too. But the key is to answer the questions as you're moving. And if you don't have answers to everything right away, that's okay. Oftentimes you'll leave and the second you're done, you'll be like, oh, I just thought of something. And that's why, because we're starting that activation. We're starting that process of tapping into our creative selves. And exercise in and of itself heightens creativity, heightens focus, heightens our ability to think more clearly, make stronger decisions. So we want to utilize all the good things that come from exercise and all the great things that come from mindset, put them together so you get a good healthy workout and some creative ideas. So are you ready? Let's get going. So we're just going to start by getting our heart rate up. So you're just high knees pushing up into the air. Let's just push that energy. We want to get out of stuck, out of stress, into a happier, more energetic, stress-free place, or at least reduce it. So just elevating that, pushing it up. We'll do 3 more. Good. And last one. Excellent. Now, if there's still stuff, like most of us, if you're human, that's still clogging your brain, that's still juggling around, let's just move it out of the way. We're gonna just dump it and move it. So we wanna dump it. Any of those things, whether it's work, whether it's your kids that are homeschooling and they're already done asking you to do things or help, or they're bored, or you're just feeling cooped in, or it's just the general unknown. Put it in that bucket. Let's just throw it in that bucket. Anything that comes up, even if you're like, why did I decide to do this workout? Just throw it in, because for the next little bit of time, we want a clean slate, like a blank canvas, to paint the new picture of your hour, day, week, life. Great. Anything else? Throw it in the bucket. Last one, and good. Now we want to move that bucket out. If you have multiple buckets, push them all aside. They'll be there. If you want them, you can have them back. But for now, move them out. Great. Push them. Excellent. Just clearing that space. Even that alone can start to open up feelings of air and breathing. Great. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Good job. Now we want to start to open our heart chakra, open up our minds to possibilities. So we're going to do rows with our arms, keeping our shoulders down, pushing our arms back, and then a straight leg out. Good. So now we're just opening ourselves up to possibilities, to pull in new creative thoughts, new ideas, whatever comes, no judgments, and no worries if nothing comes. That's okay too. You're still exercising, and I guarantee you something will come up at some point during this day. As a result, you've already gotten the flow going. Good. Just feel that openness, opening your heart. Great. Last one. Nice. Okay, good. Now we want to start to move into maybe choosing an area in which you'd want to direct that creativity. Don't have to, but it sometimes helps. So we're going to put one foot forward and we're going to run in place. So I want you to imagine maybe one area of your life, if you choose. Maybe it's work, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your health, maybe it's just a general, what's something creative I'm gonna do during this time? And see it. You're running, we're gonna run for it. We're gonna go for it during this time. So go in, we're gonna switch. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And if you don't have a clear picture, just know that feeling, tap into. Maybe it feels free, maybe it feels light. Maybe it feels fun, maybe you're just imagining laughing with friends or family, even if it's over a phone. Good. Whatever it is, whichever area, see it, feel it, and speed it up, and great. Okay, good. So now, that's a little bit of a warm up. We're gonna start to move into looking at what are some possibilities. What are some things that light you up? What are some things that you love? So we're gonna walk forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like a star, expanding yourself out and coming back to walk back 4 steps and out again. Got it? If you mess up the steps, it doesn't matter. What matters is that feeling of expanding. Yes. What would stretch yourself just a little outside? What would make you just a little more creative in whatever area? Maybe it's something you loved to do, or you love to do, or you did in the past. I have 2 things in addition to work and kids and health. I brought up my guitar with me during this period of time. I really want to learn to play a few more chords and play around with it. Music, bringing just a little more music into life. What is it for you? Something you love, something that lights you up, because even if it's not that exact thing, tapping into that feeling will open up your heart and your mind to where you want to go now. Last one. Good. Nice. Now we're just going to do a little pony like this, side to side, and spin around, taking a look from a different perspective. Maybe it's something you've always wanted to do, but haven't. For me, I wanted to do more of these videos. Now I am. What is it for you? Go one more time. Maybe it's, we're gonna go the opposite way. Something you always wanted to do with your kids. My daughters wanted to learn about stocks, so now they're having a little stock course a couple nights a week. What else is coming up as you just start to look at things from a different perspective? Great. If you've got one, awesome. If you don't have it yet, just let it play out. Let's take a look now at what do you have to make heightened creativity or this specific thing happen. So we're going to take a look. We're going to reach down and come up. If you can't go all the way down, keeping your knee and your ankle in alignment, if you can't get your other knee all the way down, just go as far down as you can. If you want to add a jump, you can. Whatever's right for you, do what's right for your body in this moment. Here, what do you have that you can pull in to make it happen? Maybe you have time. Maybe you have space. Space meaning energetic space. Or maybe you have literal space. Maybe you have access to outside and you're allowed out. What is it? Doesn't take much. Maybe you have support. Maybe you're a family who's rallying behind you or wanting you to be there. You got coworkers or a good friend or a coach. What is it that you have to make this happen? Good. Last one. Good. Nice. Now we're going to do some spinning 4 times and reach up. What do you have that you can pull in to make this happen? Ready? So we're just going to twist 4 and reach. Going up on your toes if you can and coming down. So, what else do you have? Maybe you have a brilliant idea. Something sometimes about being confined that makes you go deeper instead of being spread out. What else? Maybe you have equipment that you need. It counts. You have access to a computer. There is so much out there, so many creative ideas or instructions for how to do something. Great. Maybe you have people in your life who've done something like it. 2 more. What do you have? Nice. Great. You're doing so well. So now we want to look at what do you need? What do you need to actually kick this forward a little bit? How can you actually, what do you need to maybe kick it up a notch and make it actually happen? So we're going to reach out this time and reach. Reach. Excellent. What else do you need to make it happen? Good. Maybe you need structure or discipline. What do you need to make discipline happen? Maybe you do need more information. Maybe you need to sit and just make a plan. Great. Excellent. Maybe you just need to not force anything. Just be. Allow creativity to come to you instead of forcing it. Sometimes doing nothing is the hardest thing to do, but intentional nothing, if you will, is the best thing that can come. The inspiration like bubbles up within you. Great. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Excellent. Great. So now we're gonna do squat and pull in. Squat, squat, and pull in. What else do you need to make it, happen? Great. Oh, that was bad. Here we go. That was a lame squat. I think I'm wanting to do pulling in. What else do you need? There we go. We're gonna pull in for both. What else do you need to make it happen? Good. One more. What else do you need? Really just let your mind go. Maybe you need to find more time to move. All right, we're going one more time. Maybe you need more time to get a little fresh air. Maybe you need some ideas of things you can do with your kids, or just to up the motivation and the desire. Good, you got it. Now we're gonna take a look. What's blocking you? What's stopping you? Probably all that stress, which hopefully by now you've already forgotten about. But we're gonna take a look at what's pushing you away. So we're going into a back lunge. You're stepping back and lunging straight down. Again, making sure your knee doesn't go over your front toe. You want to try to keep it in alignment with your ankle. And just pushing. Sometimes we say we want things and then we kind of push them away. Interesting, huh? So where might you be doing that in your life right now? For me, I know I can share. For me, I can be up with too many things. I'm gonna do all of these things. I actually scheduled that out. It was never happening. I needed like 48 hours in a day to make it all happen. So going the other direction can sometimes put you into overwhelm, which ultimately stops you or pushes possibilities away. Maybe it's simpler. Maybe it's you're binge watching your 5th show. Maybe you could live without that last 5 episodes. For now. Good. Maybe it's sleeping later, not following a schedule, staying in your pajamas all day. Not very motivating. Last one. Good. Excellent. What else is stopping you? You usually know those things pretty well. So now we want to move into action. So from this place, just walk in place for a second. I want you to close your eyes if you can, if you feel comfortable and balanced. And I just want you to imagine a clean slate, right? It's here. If anything else comes up, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a couple chops. We're gonna do side chops. If anything's coming up, it's getting in your way, we're gonna just chop it. You know, just like cut it off at the knees. Distraction, postponing, overwhelm. What is it for you? We'll go this side. What else is stopping you? And cut it off. Fear. It's not serving you. Worry. Not really serving you. What else could you do to be more resourceful? Last one. Really chop it. Good. And now going back. It's gone. It's free. It's a clean slate. What's one action you can take? And we're going to move through an obstacle course. What do you need to get through that obstacle course? To jump through those obstacles. I know for me, a schedule, a decision. What specifically am I committing to? When am I going to do it? So one action would be decide. What's the one thing I'm committed to doing? And then jumping through all those other hoops that are, big shiny objects distracting and not doing it. Good. What's one other action that you can do that's going to bring you to victory? And we're going to do just some V-jacks. What's the second action you could take that's going to bring you to victory? Creativity, that inspired place. What is it? A second action. For me, decide specifically when. I'm going to commit to a time and do it. Nice. Good. Got your second action? Last one. Excellent. We're going to go into a quick step. I want you to see that, feel it, see yourself. What do you need to do to make sure it happens? Just like regular life. Here we are, whether we're in lockdown or out in the world, we have to just decide, commit. Or what do you need to do? Maybe you need more information. Look it up, call a friend, email someone. What is it? It's going to open up. Sometimes rules, in a weird way, not harsh rules, but barometers, barriers, can help us dig deep into our creative wells. You can go outside the box, or you can dig deeper. They both work. Let's see it, and done. Nice. Let's just do a little victory thing. Yeah. You did it. Great. Good job. And we're just going to do a very, very quick stretch. I recommend continuing on and stretching. Stretching is a nice way to sort of stretch into that place, that wide open space. So just putting one foot, your heel up, toe point, your heel down, toe pointed up, bending this back leg, and just bending over this. A question I love to ask here too, what do you need to say yes to? How do you need to say yes to creativity? Maybe you need a space. I need to say yes to creating space. I need to say yes to committing. I need to say yes to allowing it to just come in its own time and place. All good. Great. Coming up, and then we're going to just do a little quad stretch. If you need to hold on to something, go for it. What do you need to say no to? For me, too many things. I said that. Doubt, worry. You can always, always, always come back here as a reminder. Doesn't take long. You get your body moving, get your mindset moving, opens up all kinds of possibilities. Give yourself a little hug. Don't forget to love yourself during this time. Love the creative thoughts that you do have. Appreciate them. Know they are good enough because they come from you. They come from your inner genius. Appreciate that. No one else thinks, feels, or does exactly what you do in the way that you do it. You are uniquely special. Embrace that. Love that. Say thank you for that. And shake it out. One big breath up and up and down. Great. Good job. So go off. Find your creative outlets in whichever way they show up. Whether it's with your family, with cooking a meal, with something in your business or in your work. If it's some new hobby you've always wanted to do, if it's journaling or writing or music or dance or flowers or animals, here's an opportunity. With every hardship, there always is an opportunity. How can you flip the script, reframe, and make it work for you? Go out, take your brilliant creative selves into the world or into your homes. Keep safe, stay healthy, and shine.